In 1999, a couple of churches asked me to speak on youth. And so when I came here to Las Vegas, trying to find the church, and as I was looking at the landscape, God dropped a vision into me about planting a Hawaii church. And so I thought that'd be a pretty good idea. And I brought that back to Lisa when I returned home, and I shared the vision with her. And her initial response to me was, over my dead body. I'm not moving to Las Vegas. And so at that moment, I decided to allow that vision to die and actually test God. I remember saying, Lord, if this is you, then you're going to have to change my wife's mind, and you're going to have to resurrect it. Because right now, my wife is a no-go. The vision actually remained buried for about 2 to 3 years.
So during that time, I just gave it to the Lord. I kept what Kent shared in my heart about going to Vegas. What God was doing, just a healing work right in our marriage, in our own personal lives. But I remember about 2-3 years into that, the Lord started waking me up in the middle of the night and giving me visions, speaking to me that we need to go to Vegas. And one compelling vision that I had was I saw this catapult with a ball of fire, and it flew this ball of fire all the way across to another place. And I thought the Lord said, that's you. I'm sending you and Kent as this ball of fire to Vegas to bring hope.
Yeah, and after when she shared that vision with me, I remember it. And we knew that we would need to start moving forward and making arrangements in our personal lives to actually plant this church.
It brings to mind a story just a couple months prior to us moving. And it was a dark, stormy night, and there was thunder and lightning, and I couldn't sleep. And as I was laying in bed, I heard this loud noise under our garage area, our basement area. And so I went downstairs. I had my flashlight looking, what is causing that noise? And as I looked, I saw our neighbor's dog. He was chained up to a pillar, and he wrapped himself around the pillar to a place where he was choking. And he was crying, and I think he was making all that noise with the chains and all that, feeling so trapped. And so I saw that. I shined the light on him, and his eyes looked so scared, and he was so sad. And so I reached down and I unlatched the chain that was around his neck, and he just ran, back home to our neighbor's house. And I just went back upstairs and laid in bed, and it was there that the Lord spoke to me, and he said, Lisa, that's what I'm sending you and Kent to Vegas for. You guys are going to be loosening people who have been captive in sin and just in despair and discouragement, where they feel like there is no hope. I'm bringing you to bring new hope to them, and that's why you're going. And I just said, Lord, here we are, send us. We're here to serve you and to reach those that don't know you.
We decided to sell our home. We eventually left our jobs. We put everything on the line. We threw our hearts over the line, and we never looked back.
And we had little children. Lucas was about 4 years old, about 5 years old, and Landon was just born, so we had an infant with us, right? So relocating with small kids, it was very challenging.
It was tough, but we knew that this was a call of God. In terms of this calling New Hope, the heart of the church for me was that this church would be a place where people could come and find new hope in their lives. Broken people that were lost, and they would be able to find a greenhouse, sort of say in the spiritual. If they came in this greenhouse, they would be healed and strengthened, and their lives would be made stronger. We've seen many, many people come to know Christ through the ministry. Even though we started off with 10 people meeting in a person's living room, and we moved 6 times over the past 12 years, and at every juncture God made a way.
We saw so many people healed, delivered, marriages saved, right?
Yep.
So many amazing stories.
And it wasn't easy. We started with no money, no place to meet, pretty much nothing, and we had to depend on God. But we had a vision,
Right.
and God gave us not only the vision of the church in general, but also the heart of the church. I think that's what's something special about New Hope. It's the heart of New Hope, and I always say that the heart of New Hope is the heart to serve. We've always cultivated that spirit and that heart in everyone, to be a servant and to do church as a team, or we call it DCAT, that together we're stronger, and not one person can do it all, but when we pool our resources, and when we pull our talents together, and when we do it with a good heart of serving, God can transform people's lives from the inside out. And people with no hope can now experience God in new ways. And that's been such an incredible thing to witness.
So we're so thankful, right, for all the volunteers through the years that have become family to us. And so we want to thank you so much for all that you've done to make New Hope a reality, and for us to serve together as a church family.
Yep.
Amen.
And I know that God has greater things. Our best is not behind us, but our best is yet before us.
Amen. It's yet to come.
Yep. And we celebrate, what God has already done,
Right.
but we also look forward to what God will do in the future. And we look forward to doing church with our new Ohana.
Amen. All right. Thank you. Woo.